Hello and welcome to Let's Ride Around Europe. It's day 11. We're in Schlanders. We're on our way to Innsbruck from Waldshut on the German-Swiss border, which is of course a bit of a detour. Okay, second exit. There was a drink shop right there. God damn it. I went to like a kebab shop and bought a drink. Yeah. It's a bit warm. It's much warmer down here than it was up at the top of Stelvio, which was comparatively quite cool. My battery actually went green up there. I don't know what this bit of road is going to be like. I do know that the stuff that I've done earlier today has been... wow. Yeah. I still don't have the words for it. I do not have the words. Wow. I am probably going to get to the top of the Brenner Pass too late to do a charge, because that's how you get to Innsbruck from here, which is annoying. But I should have enough to make it into Innsbruck, so that's okay. Just the charge at the top of Brenner Pass closes at 8, and it's going to take me a while to get there. I think there's an alternative charger. I could maybe try that when I get up there. Rad test and rent Land Hotel Anna. I've heard of Land Hotel Anna. A YouTuber I like stayed there in Schlanders, where we just left. But on this trip, I was concerned that I would have to do some remote working, and I wanted to make sure that all of the places I stayed would be suitable to get my laptop on and work away on the Wi-Fi and that kind of thing. So I sort of booked boring chain hotels in not particularly interesting places. I had no offense to Innsbruck. But, staying somewhere down here would have made today a little shorter. Pretty sure she said second, but it looks like the second is correct. Yeah, so far today, oh, wow. Also, I've never seen the bike report ranges like it has today. Like getting down to the bottom of the pass and having like 450 kilometers off of 37%. Pretty ridiculous. But actually, the range, even if you discount like the weirdness of the way the gasometer works, the range is actually being really good. I don't want to dwell in it. We all know this. I'm not here for nerdery, but well, not that kind of nerdery anyway. But yeah, no, it's actually really good. I think I just did more or less on the nose 50% for 128 kilometers. It's pretty stunking. But then we weren't going very fast, right? We weren't really going very fast. That took us a long time to do. This area is still very pretty. There are some like castles and stuff that I've spotted. I've got rocky outcroppings up at the sides. That's kind of interesting. Lots of vineyards, I think. Oh, they're not vineyards. They're fruit. Kind of like apples, maybe. Apples and peaches. Those are pears. Okay. Big fruit area. They do kind of look like vines. Big fruit area. Interesting. I guess my fruit has to come from somewhere. It's nice to see it growing. And then you got like just above all these fruit orchards. I guess they're orchards. You've got these sort of mountain escarpments. Look at those rocks. Oh, I bet there's good climbing in those rocks. My ex would love this. He'd be like, we need to stop. I want to climb. Oh, look at them. Look at them. There's probably a book you can get that'll tell you all the roots of these. If they have set roots. Not all rocks do. But they look like they'd be good. Somewhere more like up there might be more likely to have rocks. Yeah. Like up there, that's somewhere that looks like it might be a place that you would go to do some rock climbing. I said in one of the previous episodes, like I always think of landies as being like a British thing. It's only really like common in Britain and various places that have a historical connection to Britain. I don't really expect to see them as commonly like in Europe. But they seem to be like popular enough. We'll take the second exit according to that sign. I'm sure that's what Google said. I wasn't paying attention because I'm terrible. And I should, because it makes it more interesting for you guys if I don't get lost just because I didn't listen to Google's roundabout instruction. Look at that road. That's not a road, it's a psychopath. Aha. That's a good use for old roads. Making the psychopaths. Oh, that railway. I bet that's really nice to travel along. I love it when you're on a railway and it's got like views. I don't know, like, I'm a bit of a train nerd. I'm like a big train nerd. I hang out in like railfurs chats because they have really good memes mainly. I do like trains. I enjoy traveling by train. I know like tidbits about trains. The history of railways really interests me in the same way that like the history of lots of things really interests me. You know, we've all seen my rum videos. But yeah, it's just really nice to travel by train through some scenic landscape. Kind of in the same way that it is by motorbike, except by train you're just sitting on the train and you're experiencing it. Whereas with a motorbike, it's just like, oh, that's pretty, it's gone. Or you might not get to concentrate on it at all, as we have seen earlier in the series. But look at this castle! Look at this castle! That's a good one. Yeah, like, that's got at least two sides that you just can't approach. And it looks like there's a ditch in front of that main door. That's probably a pretty good castle. I would rate that castle G for good. Castelbello. Yeah, okay, yeah, good castle. It works. I didn't, I wasn't planning that one, but it worked out. Yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna be all smug about that now. Painted things. I like the commitment to decorating places that these people have. It's good. And there's kind of like a weird cultural thing in this area. I talked about it last episode. Or like, this is Südtirol, which is kind of like ethnically Austrian. This is a sort of weird German-Italian mix thing, because it's obviously this is in Italy, because history. They speak like a weird type of German. Like, your school German might not help you here too much. I could not communicate with the one person I tried to talk to. I mean, you know, my German is awful. I could just about order a burger, but still. Yeah, these are apples. They look tasty. I want an apple. It's gonna be way too late when I get into Innsbruck to like buy anything. You have an amount of like snacky food on me and some non-snacky food. Still got a couple of boiled eggs from earlier. Student fodder, mixed berries and nuts, and you know, I finished off the chicken breast that I had. So, you know, obviously I knew this was going to be a long and quite hard day on the road, and keeping the schedule was going to be difficult, so I planned ahead. But yeah. See, when I looked up at the side of the hill earlier, I was like, oh, they got some solar farms. And now I can see that they're not solar farms. It's the reflection of the sort of the netting that they put over it. I wonder what the netting's to prevent. It's not insects. It's probably birds. Yeah, it'd be birds more than insects. outcropping. Like on a rocky outcropping suggests castle, but then the form of the building suggests house. And there's no reason it can't be both. Like traditionally, a castle was both, and many of them like evolved into manses as their defensive capabilities became less important. Yeah, see, Feuerwehrfest. There's an Italian name for like fire brigade. It's not Feuerwehr. That's German. And one thing you'll see in this area is loads of things are in both languages. Actually, generally, this area of Italy seems to be quite well tended to. It's kind of the northern and southern divide that Italy has going on. The north of Italy is, generally speaking, much better tended to, much better off than the south of Italy, where... I've been out as far as Rome, and it's like, oh yeah, we built a new thing, but we don't spend any money maintaining it. Bins are overflowing. The roads are full of potholes. But we built this new building, and isn't it cool? Which is, alas, something that I recognise from home, like from Ireland, all too well. There's a really marked divide between the two, the two Italys. Or is it three Italys? Because Sicily is kind of its own thing then. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Wow, 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 wow. Whoa, wow. What? What? Okay. You have to look that up. Excuse me, do me a big heckin' excuse. What? That valley looked really cool. And also there's a tunnel in the middle of it. And it's maybe that tunnel the cars are coming in and out of. Because I could see like another one further up that seemed to like pass from one side to the other. I'm just like, where does that go? Where does that go? Getting a serious case of the wyverns here. Where I'm like, ooh, look at that road, I want to go up there. But, sadly, I need to actually be in Innsbruck tonight because it's quite late. It is just coming up on 6. And I have much riding to do before I get to Innsbruck. Much riding. Now, if I were smart, I would have started into a story by now. What have I got written down? Oh, the petrol station crash. Ah, okay. That's what I could tell. I've not done a crash today. I mean, obviously I've not done a crash today, but I mean, I think a crash story. I don't want to do a crash. That's bad. Please no. So, the petrol station. Okay. So, once upon a time, I was going to a Lorien Trust LARP event in the UK. I forget what it was. Oh no, it was a Dragons one. Was it just Dragons? It was Dragons and Bears. Those are two factions in the Lorien Trust. It's like a high fantasy live action role-playing game in a field in England. Those are two factions, and they were doing like a combined faction moot as an event. And I was nominally in the Dragons, and I had packed up my Phaser 600, all reliable, and got it all ready to go. I'd gone out to my friend's place because we were gonna like all sort of convoy together, and the last thing I needed to do was gas it up. And I could have just got petrol down at the ferry station or like in Holyhead. The difference in price wouldn't have been that much. But I went down to the petrol station in Malahide. And I went into the petrol station. I didn't have all my stuff on the bike, obviously. I just like I'd unloaded it. I went down to the petrol station. Pulled up at a pump. Took my helmet off. Lifted the pump handle. Right. Tank open. I've not put the handle in, not like the nozzle in. And I'm just sitting there holding the pump up. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. And waiting. They haven't activated the pump. They're there. They're serving people. They're at the thing that activates the pump. Other people's pumps are being activated, not activated mine. I'm just like, what's going on? So I wait for ages, and then I get angry. It's always a bad idea. I get angry, and I replace the pump because it's not activated yet. I'm not subject to a minimum vend. Close my gas tank. Put my helmet back on angrily. My gloves back on angrily. Start the bike up. Do a few angry revs, as you do, and roar out of the petrol station without looking left. And just as I complete my turn, the car that I did not look for, therefore did not see, comes right up behind me, smacks the bike. All of the car's momentum transfers into the bike. He stops dead. The bike goes flying off into a hedge. And I'm left like hanging in midair, Wile E. Coyote style. And I just fall on my ass. So, again with the convenience, the petrol station is right across the road from a police station. So, a nice policewoman comes out and like puts a plaster on like the one like wound that I have, where like my hand came down on a piece of glass. It wasn't very serious at all, it was just like a bit of a bleeder. It's totally my fault, right? It's totally my fault. 100% my fault. I was an idiot. Poor guy behind me. Oh, his car wasn't really damaged. It broke his light. I think it dented his bumper. It wasn't a big deal. But, you know. Oh, we did all the reports and everything. And then I pushed my bike up the hill. Of course it was up the hill. To my friend's place. We figured out what to do because I was booked at the ferry with the bike. So we bundled the bike into his back car through the kitchen, and then we figured, okay, you know, you can get in this car with these guys just to get down to the station. Was it a car? Oh, I think it was a taxi. Yes. There was a guy going in a taxi. Because it sort of staged at their house, and there was one guy who was going in a taxi. So I got in a taxi with him. Might be the last chance. I got in a taxi with him. Oh, it's Mother Goodsey. And I got to the ferry port with all my junk. I was like, okay, I'm booked on with a motorbike, but my motorbike has been in an accident. Can I cancel? And they're like, yeah, okay, you can cancel. And I think like there wasn't a cancellation fee, which was amazing. Like, that's probably the most amazing thing about the whole story. There wasn't a cancellation fee for the ferry. I got a sail rail. And a sail rail is kind of like a special ticket where it's like the boat plus the train ticket in the UK. And it generally works out cheaper than just the train ticket. It's a very bizarre system. So, like the guy who I got the taxi down with, he was doing the same thing. And he already had the route planned out and everything. And I just had to get there with him. And I think this wasn't actually that long after the other accident where I just panicked and grabbed a billion brake, because I was not allowed to engage in any combat at that event. Yes, I wasn't allowed to engage in any combat at that event because my wrist was still like in the 6 months of not doing anything serious with it. You know, like falling off a motorcycle Wile E. Coyote style. Yeah, we travelled across England on this train. Kind of my favourite bit of that was we're on a train somewhere around Manchester, and like this motorcycle cop got on with an asp in like a boot holster. It was like, Jesus, dude, really? An asp is like a collapsible baton. They're a bastard to get hit with, apparently. One of those, you know, quote-unquote less lethal weapons. This guy had it in like a boot holster. Like, what the hell? And yeah, the bike was repairable. That was okay. It all got sorted out. But it was quite embarrassing, you know, what with it being all my fault. Just because I got like super angry at these people for not turning the pump on. I can be, you know, I can be a bit like that sometimes. I'm sure we've all noticed. I try not to let myself very angrily charge out of petrol stations anymore. I try to, you know, take a couple of deep breaths first. But, yeah. That's one of the reasons why why you will never see the south coast of the UK part of this trip. It's just because I don't feel that kind of very angry riding is suitable for YouTube, to be honest. Nor is it entertaining. It's just extraordinarily embarrassing on my part. You gonna... You are not. Okay. I was kind of expecting you to. Because I so would. So yeah, that's a petrol station crash. I'm glad that you were here for me to embarrass myself in front of. But, yeah. Well, I mean, it's like I said in other episodes, you know, don't do what Donnie Don't does. I am not a role model. And you should not do things just because I do them. That's a bad idea. Except, you should totally do this, which is like go on this like amazing tour through the Alps. Oh wow, should you do that? Just do it. Doesn't even have to be on a motorbike, whatever. Like, take a train, go in a rental car, cycle it, go in a wheelchair. Holy crap, that guy. Wow. As a friend of mine said in Telegram, what a Chad. But yeah, come to these, like, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Even this industrial stuff is cool. Look at it. They're saying goodbye with an apple. It's like, goodbye, buy our apples. Down further? Wow. Whoa, look at that building. What is that? Ooh. Tunnel. Kinda want to take the old road though. Look at that. I think the old road is like a psychopath. We're really not going very fast. It's kind of annoying to me because I would like to be going a bit faster. Even if for no other reason than just like, yeah, than just like I don't have to stretch my stories out. No, but yeah, like it's a bit annoying when you're like, oh, I'm running a bit late, and everything is at like 70. No, 70 on my clock, which is not even 70. Oh, it's a monastery. That's what I figured. Yeah. Look at it. It's very pretty. It's a monastery with a brewery in it. This is unshocking. This is not in any way, shape, or form shocking. This is forced. All of those green squares have like trees painted in them. It might even be a print. It looks kind of like a print. Oh, this is really cool. Oh, wow. That's really cool. This is Meran, by the way, or Merano is the, I think, Italian version. And we're going to be cutting quite a lot of it out. Yeah, I know it is sad. But I don't really like doing the crawl through towns, to be honest, as a video. Somewhere down here, there's going to be, I think it's where that car is. literally just here. Google? No? Hello? You gonna do me? No, apparently we're just going this way. Ah, okay, it's that one. I was like, I don't remember there actually being a motorway on this trip. Especially because Italian motorways are tolled. I want to do a toll. Okay. Second exit. Well, it's the end of the episode. So, if you've got anything to say, hit up the comment section. It'd be cool to hear from you. If you enjoyed the video, give it a like. Check out some of my other videos. I have a bunch of them that are quite like this. You might enjoy them too. If you do, generally speaking. Why not subscribe and hit the bell? And if you are interested in rewarding me for entertaining you today, you can find my coffee link in the description below. Bye bye.